What's up guys, Luke from Schoolie.com. I wanted to show you one more project that we just finished up here before it leaves the shop. Let's check it out. So this bus came in already with the roof raise done. We did not do this roof raise, but the problem was it was done with the incorrect metal, with poor craftsmanship, and just the general technique of the way they did it was incorrect. So the original sheet metal, instead of being riveted to the rub rails like it is now, to the hat channels, they just welded hot rolled plate, which is like the stuff that has the black mill scale on it, welded it to there, so it created really bad, kind of like waving. As you go down the side, you could see like between the hat channels where it bubbled in really bad. And the entire bus, all the new metal, was already covered in rust. And then rather than cutting the sheets so that they end, like this ends right on the flange of a hat channel, just like the factory does, they let the sheets 10 feet long wherever they ended, say right in the middle, and they just riveted the two sheets together, and those were the only rivets really used. So we had to demo all that stuff off. We pulled it all off, had to these plasma cutters, grinders, sawzalls, you name it, chisels, to get all that old stuff off because it was all welded on there. Some of it was hard to get at. And the other thing that was kind of interesting, which we couldn't really do differently, was rather than working around this piece, this is fiberglass, just this front cap. Let's see if I can get a better shot. They didn't tuck under it. Normally you want to do like a shingling kind of idea where each piece goes under the one above it. This is the only piece that kind of breaks that rule. It's on the top. It's set with adhesive, it's caulked, we've done the best we could, but that's how the previous builder did it. And so they actually cut the whole forehead of this out, and there's just a small flange where those rivets are of where the original fiberglass is. So we mimic that. That's kind of the only thing that I would say is kind of breaking the rules. But we did redo like these corners. We put drip edges on here. There was no drip edges or J channels in there. Same with the front door. We put a proper J channel here, places like that. So generally just re-skinned this whole bus. Use the proper rivets, proper sheet metal. This is Galvanneal. We made a new louver panel for this. The old louvers had started to crack, like out of these corners. They were starting to split, so we made a new louver panel. Put some flasher deletes up there. You can see the lights are deleted, so we put Schoolie.com flasher deletes in. Nothing crazy on here. This door had been extended and kind of poorly done, so we re-skinned this door and made kind of like a proper flashing for how it goes around here. This piece right here and this piece right there. So after we got the roof raise all done, buttoned that all up, got our everything kind of watertight, we also fabricated a custom door for this bus. So this door we made from scratch here. It's a pretty cool door. It is made with no tube steel, so it's all 16 gauge sheet metal that we bent, and even the frame pieces that are like in between, that kind of like box out this doorway, those pieces are like 16 gauge C-channel that we bent. Has an RV lock set with a deadbolt. We machined like a billet aluminum door catch, so it's kind of got like a real heavy duty stop in there. It's got pretty generous gasket sizes, proper what do you call it, threshold on the bottom, so that it keeps rain and all that good stuff out as it runs down the door. The door is also insulated inside, so we use closed cell rigid foam inside here, insulated the door, and The glass is custom made, dual pane insulated glass. That's what we use on all of our projects. So, and extruded gear hinge, continuous gear hinge on there. We also, this project is being done by Josh from Crowned and Styled. He had outsourced the roof raise. That's kind of how this whole debacle started. Brought it here, we fixed it up. So he also has some cool stuff he did. He put a transmission oil cooler in here. That's what's behind this. So we cut a nice little grill for that. So he's got you won't really be able to see it, I suppose, but pretty nicely installed oil cooler for the transmission. Rather than going into the bottom of the radiator and you only get that little bit of cooling, really it's only going to cool down to whatever your engine temperature runs at. So that's a cool little modification. And then we installed 2 of these Buyers Products boxes. Those have a nice flange and frame kind of installed on them. Then it's tucked in under there and installed. Love these boxes. They're not too expensive and they're real easy to install like this. Just by putting that frame on there. And then there's some brackets and stuff in the back as well. So I think that's pretty much everything. Yeah, so this thing is getting picked up today and on to the next thing. Thanks for checking it out.